Nowadays, it's easy to forget the revolutionary impact of the original Legend of Zelda. It was a game changer for its time, offering an open world where players could go wherever they wanted and do whatever they pleased. It was one of the first games that truly made players feel like they were on an adventure, even if it meant getting lost constantly. In the book Game Over by David Sheff, Miyamoto described how, as a child, he went hiking and stumbled upon a lake, which made him realize the thrill of stumbling upon amazing things while exploring without a map. The original Legend of Zelda not only set the tone for the series, but also influenced decades of video games that followed. For an NES game, it was incredibly impressive, featuring massive maps, intricate dungeons, and a level of complexity that required players to have a physical map to keep up with its sprawling work. Even today, the game remains fun to play. Moving on to number 9 on the list, we have The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. This game took Link to the skies, introducing the concept of flying around on a colorful loft wind. While it received mixed reviews from the online community, the game's unique control scheme, requiring the use of the Wii Motion Plus and Nunchuk controller, was divisive. However, the recent re-release on the Nintendo Switch offered players the option to use Joy, motion controls, or traditional controls. The game features a close relationship between Link and Zelda, memorable characters like Impa and Groose, and exceptional music, including the beautiful Ballad of the Goddess. Despite having fewer overall areas compared to previous games, the dungeon design remains solid, making it a worthwhile experience. Next on the list, at number 8, is The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. This game faced initial controversy among longtime fans due to its stylized, cel-shaded art style, which some hoped would be darker and more serious. However, The Wind Waker has aged remarkably well and is considered one of the best entries in the series. It features a semi-non-linear oceanic adventure, endearing aesthetics, and memorable details such as smoke from bombs and realistic water movement. The game retains the classic Zelda formula with item usage, puzzles, and combat, while also introducing pairing. Sailing on the King of Red Lions throughout the game is a unique and enjoyable experience. The Wind Waker pushed the series' art design in a new direction and remains beloved despite the initial polarizing reaction. At number 7, we have The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. This game, available on multiple platforms, including the Wii U UHD version, offers a darker tone and introduces the ability to transform into a wolf. Despite the divisive opinions on its motion controls, the Wii U UHD version is often considered the definitive way to experience the game. Twilight Princess features excellent dungeon design, exciting gadgets like the double hookshot, and memorable characters like Midna. It provides a great balance between using gadgets and weapons for combat, making it a standout entry in the series. Moving on to number 6, we have The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. This portable version of Zelda was one of the first games to offer an epic experience on the go. It builds upon the foundation established by the original Zelda and its sequel, A Link to the Past, offering a simplified and fairly linear adventure. Link's Awakening embraces a dreamlike aesthetic, features multiple versions, including the Game Boy Color Dex version and the Nintendo Switch remake with a new art style. The game's distinct charm, all-breaking moments, and inclusion of Super Mario enemies make it a standout entry in the series. At number 5, we have The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. This game is widely regarded as one of the greatest video games of all time and is often praised for its groundbreaking 3D gameplay and immersive world. It introduced many iconic elements to the series, including Z-targeting, time travel mechanics, and the musical instrument, the ocarina. The game's expansive world, filled with memorable locations like Kokiri Forest, Hyrule Castle, and Gerudo Valley, captivated players and set a new standard for adventure games. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time boasts an epic story that follows Link's journey from a young Kokiri boy to the hero of time. The game's dungeons, such as the Forest Temple, Water Temple, and Spirit Temple, are masterfully designed and offer challenging puzzles and memorable boss battle. The addition of Epona, Link's trusty horse added a new level of exploration and freedom to the game. Moving on to number 4, we have The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This entry, released for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System (SNES), is often considered a defining moment in the series. It introduced the concept of parallel worlds, where Link must navigate between the light world and the dark world to save Princess Zelda and defeat the evil Ganon. The game refined the formula established by the original Zelda, featuring an expanded inventory system, a more in-depth story, and a larger world to explore. A Link to the Past is known for its excellent dungeon design, with standout locations like the Tower of Hera, Ice Palace, and Ganon's Tower. It introduced iconic items like the Master Sword, Hookshot, and Pegasus Boots, which have become staples of the series. The game's top-down perspective, lush graphics, and captivating music created a memorable and immersive experience. Now, let's move on to number 3 on the list, The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. This game took a unique and darker approach compared to its predecessor, Ocarina of Time. It follows Link as he ventures through the land of Termina, trapped in a time loop that resets every 3 days. With the help of the mystical Majora's Mask, Link must prevent the moon from crashing into Termina and causing destruction. Majora's Mask is often praised for its deep and emotional storytelling, memorable side characters, and a sense of impending doom. The game introduced a transformative mask mechanic, allowing Link to assume different forms with unique abilities. The time mechanic added a sense of urgency and encouraged players to explore and interact with the diverse range of characters in the game. That concludes the first part of our countdown. Let me know if you'd like to continue with the remaining entries on the list.